Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 137 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Very nice. That's a cool shirt you got, Sean.
Thanks.
Hey, if you want to get a shirt just like that, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2player-co-op. Before we get into anything, actually, we can do this whenever. We were off last week. I had a conference out of town for work that I had to go to, and there was just no way to make it work. With it being Game of Thrones weekend, and I had to drive out Sunday night. Sean was busy Friday. I was busy Saturday. There was no Made to Wake It.
Made to Wake It. No Made to Wake It.
No Made to Wake It, irk. But yeah, so we're back. We are better than ever. Thank you guys for hanging in there. We know you miss us. One of the things we talked about last time is that now if you go to our pinned tweet on our Twitter page of we're at 2player_co-op. There's a pinned tweet there. If you ever want to write in any questions for the podcast or anything, you can do it right there. First thing I want to do right here, because this actually, the timing's great because something happened earlier today related to this. The question is, sup dudes? Kojima has been hinting at a new trailer coming for DS over the past few weeks. When do you think it will drop? Not E3, I guess. And what do you want to see from it? Mikey. So, earlier today, as we're recording this on Sunday, did you see this?
I saw you retweeted something.
He sent out
I didn't get to look at it.
30-second silent video that just says, create the rope. And it's like, there's like a circle or something in the middle. It's like you see stuff come into it. You kind of see Norman Reedus' backpack or something. And it's like there's the oil around that circle or something. It says create the rope. So he's getting ready to drop this trailer. It feels like, because he's been tweeting about this trailer for like 3 weeks now, I want to say, maybe even a month. It seems like it's been a while. He keeps just tweeting out pictures of Adobe Premiere. And I'm like, this trailer's coming. The way he's being so forthcoming about this trailer, I probably shouldn't be, but I'm getting my hopes up that this game is getting close. But to answer your question, Mikey, when do I think it'll drop? I think before E3. I think the week before E3.
So what are the E3? Who's going to be at E3?
You've got Microsoft, obviously. Oh, and theirs is going to go 2 hours, about 20 minutes longer than last year. So they're bringing out the big guns. You got Microsoft, Ubisoft, Square Enix, which I am really looking forward to. Devolver Digital has one. I said Ubisoft. There's the PC show. Nintendo does their thing on Tuesday. They'll do their Direct, and then they do the Treehouse Live. Bethesda has one again for some reason. That might be it. Because that's the thing with this whole Sony skipping E3 thing. There's nowhere for like a Last of Us 2 announcement.
I've never been less excited about E3.
I know. If I'm a Microsoft fanboy, I'm over the moon
that's
right now.
true. Yeah.
But we're Sony and Nintendo fanboys, and Nintendo, we know everything unless they announce something new. But they've already got me hooked for this year with Link's Awakening. So, but what I want this trailer to be, I don't want to know any more story stuff because we don't know anything already. We will not know what the hell this game's about until we actually play it.
Right.
I want to see a full-out gameplay trailer, 6, 7, 8 minutes long of actual gameplay. Not Norman Reedus being a FedEx delivery man and just walking around, just showing this is in-engine footage. Here he is walking around. He said from the beginning this is going to be an action title, like a third-person action game. Nothing we have seen except for that second trailer, I think it was where Mads Mikkelsen, with all the tanks and stuff, and Mads Mikkelsen does a shh, and then the guys like disappear. I can't even remember, it's been so long now. I want to see gameplay. I want to know what the hell this game is actually going to be. Not the story, anything like that. I want to see gameplay, and I think it's going to have to be pretty heavy on gameplay. It might not be all gameplay, but he's got to show gameplay.
I would be
real
blown
gameplay.
Away by... I don't care if it's 2-3 minutes. I don't care if it's only, show cutscenes, whatever. Give us like 30 seconds of gameplay. That's all I need. I just want to see what this game looks like and what are you doing, even though, they're not going to give away too much, but I'm just ready to, I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but I'm just gradually losing interest in this game.
Or
Now,
even
I'm
I
psyched
have.
for the trailer
Yeah.
because I need to know what this is going to be.
Yeah.
But this is kind of their last chance. If there's a trailer soon and they still just don't give away anything, I'm just kind of over it. Just like, whatever. It'll come out when it comes out. I don't care anymore. This is like their last chance, I think, to grab me and hook me. But I need to see gameplay.
Like, we first saw this at E3 2016. Was when we first saw God of War also. God of Thor, whatever you want to call it. And it's been 3 years. And we have not seen, other than Rita's walking around, we've seen no gameplay at all.
Right.
And we've had how many? 5, 6 trailers? Something like that? Maybe not that many. No, we probably have.
It's getting close to that.
Because
4
there
or
was
5
the
anyway.
reveal trailer with the beach, the Mad Mikkelsen trailer. There was the one where we saw Troy Baker's character with his mask, and then he calls up that big giant like black like gooey beast thing and whatever. Then there was the gameplay. Maybe there's been 4 or 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you got to actually show us what this game is.
Right. And I don't even care about the story.
No.
I'm not. The story is the least of my concerns. It's Hideo. It'll be a good story. I don't even care. But what is this game? I don't need to know what it's about. Just what do you do?
Yep.
What are you doing in this game?
I agree 100%.
To me, it doesn't even sound. It's a very broad statement to begin with, but I can't imagine this game is just an action game.
Yeah.
It does not.
Well, you got the whole. Remember the sticks and ropes, and that thing he put out today. Create the rope. Sticks to keep people away, ropes to bring people closer. I think there's going to be some kind of multiplayer. Because he said in the past, like when I've gone back and listened to our old podcast, like he was saying he's creating a game that there's never. It's like a new genre. He's called it a third-person action game, but he's saying it's like this is the first game ever like this. Period.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that when it all comes down to it, we're going to play this game and be like, I've never seen anything like this. It's going to be... I mean, you can only be so different at this point. You're going to walk around. You're going to do stuff, you know, but I don't know.
Yeah. So we both agree. They're better. We're not predicting gameplay, but there better be some gameplay.
I will say I'm predicting gameplay because if not, what has this all been for? If we still don't have gameplay footage, that's really all I think anybody cares about at this point. So I will predict gameplay.
Because I think it was E3. It was E3 2014 when Metal Gear 5 was on Microsoft's stage. That was the first time they did the trailer that said like MGS goes open world, and you actually saw Snake sneaking through the bases and like diving out of the way. And I was like, oh my god, like it wasn't just there was story stuff in that trailer too, but they actually showed the gameplay, and I was like, yeah, okay. I still wish the game probably wasn't open world, but that was like a year and a half after it got revealed, because it was PAX 2012 when they revealed Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. A few months later at the VGAs 2012 where they announced The Phantom Pain, which everybody could see. It said Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. And then a year and a half after that, they're like, here's what it looks like when you actually play Metal Gear Solid 5. So give us some gameplay.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've been gone for 2 weeks. Again, wait, thank you, Mikey, for writing in. We got another question coming up later on in the podcast. Since we've been gone for 2 weeks, something big happened, and then we don't know if it did happen or not. Nope. Now they're saying maybe they were saying right after it got reported, well, he's in the running. It's not official, but it seems like Robert Pattinson is going to be our Batman.
The first time I read that, I was like, ugh, but I'm fine with it. I don't care. Like, now, the cynic in me is saying that's a big if this movie ever even happens. And I know everybody knows it's going to happen. Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit. It wouldn't really even shock me if this movie still never happens.
I think it's going to happen. The last reports were that he's doing like his final draft of the script now. He's gone back and forth with the studio, and he's getting it down to like the script.
Yeah.
My thing, of course, my initial reaction is, what the F? Twilight? Really? The guy, I've never seen any movie he's been in.
That's all I know of him.
Yeah, I haven't even seen Twilight movies, thankfully. but I just associate him with that. But then like Altano and Ernie and a bunch of other people were like, no, but you like this guy is a really good actor now. He's only 32, 33 years old.
I'm guessing, yeah, I don't think Twilight was bad because of him.
No, Twilight was bad because it's Twilight,
yes.
Right? He's got a decent chin, you know? It's not an Affleck chin.
Yeah.
But that his chin was made to be Batman.
It's just a weird departure. Like, unless they're doing some kind of reboot or back in time. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, when Henry Cavill, if it ever even happens again, sees Batman, it's just weird to think he's not going to be like,
weight.
What in the what? You're 20 years younger? You lost 100 pounds? Like, so it's just such a weird, it's like a different Batman.
I think what they're doing, it's not going to be set in the 80s like the Joker is, which I still cannot wait for that. Oh, you didn't go see Aladdin, did you?
No.
Okay. It's not going to be set in the 80s. I think they're saying it might actually be set in the 90s. So I don't know, but will it actually be?
Okay, so it's not present day.
It's not present day.
Okay,
but
well, that at least helps a little
But I
bit.
wonder, but is it young Affleck?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, is it that Batman, but just here's why he decided to murder 18 people in Batman vs. Superman or whatever it was. Like, this is where he came from. The only thing I think is, like, I can't picture him fighting. Like, Affleck, I was like, that dude could break somebody's back easily. But Christian Bale, I look at him, I'm like, he's not fighting anybody.
Yeah.
And he was, oh God, he was so good. So I don't know. I was outraged at first, and then I said, you know what? I hated when they cast Ledger. That worked out okay. I hated when they casted Affleck. That's probably, at least in the Batman vs. Superman, not in Justice League, but probably my favorite on-screen Batman. I hated Gal Gadot. That turned out fantastic.
I don't understand why everybody hated that.
I think you just wanted, because she's so thin. Like, you wanted, not that I think this is who should have been casted, but somebody like a Gina Carano or somebody who's kind of built. Now, she can't act. She would have been great in the fight scenes, but she can't act. Somebody that's built like that. But it's like, how many people that that have the acting chops to carry a movie by themselves are former fighters or look like former fighters? Like, I can't name any. I don't know. Like, so my thing is, I'm just gonna shut up. Like you said,
Ronda Rousey. Sorry,
it may never even. No, it's gonna happen. June 25th, 2021, I think, something like that. Which is funny. I think it's like a week away from Jurassic Park or Jurassic World 3. Or wait, or is that 2020? Did Fallen Kingdom come out last year? It did. So yeah, they're both 2021 in June. That's going to be interesting.
Wow.
Fallen Kingdom still made $1 billion. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was better than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a train wreck, and it was not that. It was not my favorite Jurassic movie, but
it's at this point I don't even really remember much. Jurassic World was fantastic.
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, we're going to get a trilogy of this. I'm in. But then by the end of Jurassic World, I'm like, well, where do you go from here? And then I heard Fallen Kingdom and just the movie poster they released. I'm like, okay, this is going to be awesome. And in the end, I mean, I feel like what I thought the movie was going to be was about the first like 45 minutes of the movie or something. And then it was very Lost World to me. Not as bad, but
it was a better Lost World. Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
Which
I don't remember being
much.
Very good.
Yeah. It was better than I thought, but it was like a 6.
I mean, it's still probably the third best Jurassic movie.
It is. It definitely is. There's a lot of people that really like Jurassic Park 3. After Fallen Kingdom came out, a lot of people were showing their love for Jurassic Park 3. I'm like, why? That thing looks like you and I made it. Like, it is a made-for-TV movie with crappy green screen and horrible animatronics where the Spinosaurus like, like, it just when he's eating the plane, he's just so robotic looking. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
What were we talking? Oh yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna wait and see if I see that first trailer or when they put out the first shot for Affleck when he was standing by the car and he was looking down in the suit, and I was like, holy crap, that's awesome. And of course, everybody made fun of sad Batman, and Deadpool's like, what are we looking at, Bruce? So I'll wait till I actually see him in the cape and cowl. I'm sure. I trust Matt Reeves. He's
not
clearly
worried about it. I think
he's
fine.
taking his time. He's gonna do this right. And I hope it is a trilogy. I hope it's not all this hullabaloo for one movie. I'm assuming it'll be a trilogy, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Sonic movie got delayed till Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Good. If you're
fine.
if you're gonna fix the design, don't make people work 100-hour weeks or whatever to get this stupid movie done for November.
Yeah.
Fix it, make it right. Go out with your love of your life and go see Sonic on Valentine's Day, I guess.
I'd like to say that should assuage people's
Such a good word.
what's the word?
Fears?
I guess fears. Conspiracy theories, I guess. That
like
this was
Dagan
all a
was
stunt and
tweeting,
they
yeah.
already had it ready to go. I mean, I guess maybe they do still have it ready to go and they're like, well, let's just delay it and make it seem like we're still working on it, but it's already done. I don't think that's true.
I hope it's good.
I just don't think... I think Sonic looking the way he did was a small part of the
Correct.
problem with that movie. I don't think just a better looking Sonic is going to make me want to see this movie. Now, maybe it will. Maybe if he looks like, my Sonic, #my Sonic, then maybe the rest of, the just awful, like, writing... I mean, the little bit we've seen in the previews, it just sounds like a terrible kids movie as opposed to
Yes.
fan service of what true Sonic fans would want to see in a movie.
Like Detective Pikachu apparently was. Everybody loves that movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, great. Sonic's going to suck, but I'm glad you got your Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
The only other thing I had here in the witty banter, the highlight for me of the last 2 weeks was actually last night. AEW presents Double or Nothing.
Yep.
I watched it with Sean and Ernie the Blurred Without Fear over at Sean's Man Cave. And I got to say, I've had a day to stew on it now. I cannot remember the last time I had that much fun watching a wrestling pay-per-view.
And just like talking about...
From top to bottom and just go.
Well, just the fact that we stood around talking about it for a while after. Like... And not in a bad way. Usually if you're talking about a pay-per-view after the fact, it's usually bad. And that's just kind of what we've gotten used to. Since I came back to wrestling, which was basically when I moved down here, like fall of 2015. This is the best pay-per-view. Well, hold on. I can't think of a better pay-per-view since then.
I can't.
And
It was
a lot of... Now, granted, I missed WrestleMania 31. I mean, I've since seen it. That was awesome. WrestleMania 30, I still haven't seen all of, but
It was all
I feel like
Daniel
I've seen the
Bryan.
good parts.
and
that
Brock
was
beat
good.
Taker and
But then for a while, when I was not watching, it was like the Del Rio years and the Sheamus years and the
Swagger.
Jack Swagger. Yeah, so I don't feel like I missed much there. I mean, it's since like probably somewhere in the vicinity of like WrestleMania 21, if I dare go back that far, that I've...
And that's
I don't
with
know.
people like you knew and cared about and wanted to see. And this was like...
that was my biggest fear about
other
this.
than the
is I'm
top
like,
3 matches, I was like, other than
Right.
Chris Daniels, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
And there was not a match that I was like, I felt like I should go pee. The closest was probably the Fatal 4-Way with the women, but at least that we got Awesome Kong. I was like, this is freaking awesome.
To me, the worst, and not even bad, but just in terms of the 6-woman tag match.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was probably the low point for me, and there were still some awesome spots in that. I
There was
couldn't even
the one
tell
where
you
the
who
ref
was the
counted
face
two,
and
but
who was the heel.
yeah.
Yeah, they screwed the finish up a little, or I don't even know, it wasn't the finish, and I don't think it was supposed to be. Timekeeper just got a
The
little...
timekeeper screwed it up. Yeah.
Trigger
I saw
happy,
another
but-
angle, and the ref definitely did
It
not
wasn't even
count
close.
3.
Yeah. I guess that match probably the low spot, but it was still more fun than
Yeah.
any WWE women's match I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And these were all just, besides the Battle Royal, which was fine, these were all just matches. There's no gimmicks. I mean, imagine when they start doing ladder matches and who knows what else they'll come up with. Like, they're going to have their own ideas for sure. Like, it's the first time a pay-per-view has ended to where I can't wait to see what happens next. Where do they go from here? And that's kind of sad because I've been watching wrestling, the second go-around now for 3.5 years, and I can't think of other than, there's been some things that were like, wow, I didn't see that coming, like Goldberg squashing Brock.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Jeez, I don't want to say Brock again, but when Brock just basically killed Randy Orton in the middle of the ring, these were things that I was like, holy crap. Neither of those were, the Goldberg, the whole match was good, all 30 seconds of it, but just in terms of quality wrestling, I haven't seen that much of just nonstop action. Just total nonstop action. It's the best wrestling I've seen in a while. And it's people, like you said, it's people that I don't even know. I know some names, and obviously, I know Jericho and Dustin and to a lesser extent Cody, but even I missed out most of his WWE years.
Cody, yeah.
It's just people that I don't even know, but I'm like getting to know them now, and I'm like, I like this guy, yep. I like that guy, I hate that guy, but for the right reasons, as opposed to hating like Baron Corbin for the wrong reasons, like Brock. MJF or whatever his name is. Like,
people are saying
he's so annoying. But they're saying he's perfect.
He's going to be like the MVP of AEW is what a lot, not like Montel. I don't mean MVP, but I mean like the most valuable player. Like a lot of people think really highly of him. And it's like the top 3 matches on the card, the Rhodes brawl. Poor Dustin. I hope he got a transfusion. It was good to see blood again, as weird as that sounds.
It's just, it harkens back to like the Attitude Era when wrestling was like fun. It's just not really fun anymore. I don't know. And I get what WWE's doing. Like, you can't go back to the Attitude Era. They're trying to be as accessible to everybody. Like, your kids are not going to watch AEW.
Right.
So I get the WWE's strategy there, but my God, this was so good to see.
I can't wait once the reports probably start coming out Monday or Tuesday of the behind the scenes stuff with WWE, what they thought of AEW.
Yeah.
What Vince is saying in meetings and stuff like that, if he even knows that AEW exists, Triple H definitely does.
Oh yeah.
And I think there was with the whole throne thing and the sledgehammer.
I don't get the hate.
I loved it. The 3 of us marked out. Ernie was videoing it. Like, I was like, this is. They're saying we're not just here to just be like a TNA over here on the side and whatever. No, we're coming for the throne, and we're gonna break the throne. And I loved it. Like, all the symbolism and everything, and like, I didn't think it was corny or anything. I actually liked it. It seems like people online that didn't like this show wanted to not like it because they're just WWE marks. Yeah. Even Stroud was kind of crapping on it for a lot up until it got to those top 3 matches. Then he's like, all of a sudden, Cody and Dustin are making me cry. How is this happening?
Yeah.
The story that was told, they were so great. The Young Bucks are freaking insane. I finally got to see Pentagon and Phoenix wrestle. Bros, holy crap. And then Omega and Jericho is what I expected it to be. I didn't expect Jericho to... I wasn't shocked that he won.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked, but I was surprised.
Yes.
I feel like you're building this company, for the most part, around Kenny. And Jericho's like... Not that this was Jericho's retirement match by any means, but it's weird to see him go over who's more or less your biggest star right now.
Clean. With his elbow thing.
I don't know. I was surprised.
The belt looks great. The belt looks so good. And then the most excited I've been to see Dean Ambrose since the heyday of the Shield. Like, we all 3 of us stood up and were like, oh my God, it's happening.
It's just weird to see people, like even Spears in the Battle Royal, like... Yeah. I was like, I could not have cared less about Ty Dillinger in WWE. I'm just like, I don't care. I'm sure he's got potential, but I was just, I don't get the hype. And he's just, the little he could do in a battle royal, he just looks better.
Really?
He's flourishing.
I want Luke Harper
I just can't
in
wait.
AEW so bad. That poor guy. That guy can freaking go. He is a hoss. And they're just paying him to sit at home in WWE right now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm super excited. I can't wait for them to get to TV. Next pay-per-view's in Chicago. I'm just saying.
It could happen.
Because they're gonna end with the first ever champ.
You know how many CM Punk chants there's gonna be that night?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you almost, to run that show in Chicago.
You almost need to.
It's not like I'm the only person saying that they want Punk in AEW. This there is a, like I saw when he was tweeting last night about some MMA fight somewhere, whatever, and there was a few people tweeting him like, "Oh, that's a quick private jet flight from wherever you are to Vegas, isn't it?" You know, like everybody wants him in AEW so badly. It's not just me, but to run a show in Chicago where you're going to crown the first AEW champion, I'm telling you, man. If they don't, no, I'm not. I won't be shocked if he doesn't come out. No. I'll be let down, but yeah. I'm all in on AEW.
Yep.
Sean.
Yes.
Anything else you want to touch on?
I don't think so.
What have you been playing?
It's been so long. I'm
trying to
think.
know.
I know what I've been playing the last couple days. I'm trying to think of what I've been playing before that. I don't think I really played much. What's today? Sunday, so Saturday, so Friday night. I was just kind of bored and I didn't know what to play. So I fired up my Switch and fired up the old NES.
Okay.
And fired up a little classic Zelda.
Did you get the white sword before the first dungeon?
I did.
Nice.
I went and got the 5 hearts. I got the white sword. I cheated a little bit by doing the save states and doing the money-making game so I could just get to 255 quickly, go buy the blue ring.
Oh, good call. I didn't even think about that.
So I did all that, and then I went. And so Friday night, I think I got into the 7th dungeon and then stopped. Saturday morning, picked it back up, beat 7, 8, 9.
Hell
done.
yes. This makes me so happy.
Then, and not that it's not a big deal, but I was like, oh, come on. I didn't realize until, now I'm like, I just, what else can I play? So I was looking through the NES games and I saw some of the stars. And I would just assume, because I think the only one I had loaded was Metroid, where you fight Mother Brain, basically.
The SP edition or whatever, yeah.
But I didn't realize you could hit, then I saw one for Zelda. I'm like, what is this? You just start right at Ganon? So I hit X, which I didn't know you could do, to look at details. And it's like, no, you start at the beginning, but you have 255 rupees. You already have...
It's what you did.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I could have just done... Not that it took me more than probably 15, 20 minutes, but I'm like, that would have saved some time. But
now what I wonder, when they do that, if you walk around the world, are 2 of the heart pieces missing? I assume they are. Like, they just picked 2 of them that they gave you. That's the only thing I don't... And I don't expect you to have an answer. I just wonder.
Yeah, good call.
If they did like, okay, you've already bombed this wall. You got that heart piece. You got this one over here where there's the 2... when you go up around the money run, you come back over there. There's those 2 big boulders with the Tektites jumping around. Yeah. And you blow one of those and you go in and get heart. I wonder if those are the 2. Like, I just wonder what they do to get you to that point.
Yeah. I was tempted to then start the second quest.
It is.
I just wish it had like New Game Plus. Like I wish, because I'm guessing you can't start if you load that SP. You're probably just right at that first screen.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can do that, but then type in Zelda to do the Master Quest. I've beaten it before. It's difficult, and I don't care what you say. We did not beat the Master Quest as kids. I think if you went, have you played it recently? The Master Quest?
I played it last year when I went to Portugal. After I beat Zelda 1, I was like, let me do this. And I was like, I can't get through the first dungeon. This is ridiculous.
So difficult. I could barely beat it using like save states. Like, it's freaking hard. But I was tempted to do it just because I was in the mood. But I haven't yet. But I don't know. There's just that NES thing is disappointing. Like, why is not the entire library just on there? It cannot take that much work.
And again, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look as good as the
everything
NES
just looks
Classic.
like pale and washed out. I don't know.
And then you got I know what ZL and ZR do. I don't need that along the bottom.
Yeah.
Plus is start and minus is select. I freaking know that. Don't take up space on my screen to show me that. Yeah. Did you play it on the big screen or did you play it portable?
A little bit of both. I did, when I was playing Friday night, I was playing handheld. And then when I finished it Saturday, I was on the big screen. But God, it's so much fun. Ganon, every single boss in that game is a joke. Yes. Especially when you get to I can't remember if it's level 7 or 8, and you just fight Aquamantis again.
Doesn't he have one more head or something?
Oh, then not.
Oh no,
the
not
other,
Aquaman. I'm thinking Gleeok. Never
Gleeok.
mind.
Yeah, you fight Aquamanus again. Now, I had done a little bit extra and got the magical sword as early as you can, also,
Yeah.
which I think is after dungeon
6.
5.
Oh, can you?
I
get
think
it
you
that
can get it
early?
after 5.
Okay.
Because you need 12 hearts. There's 7, or there's 5 you can get. Right, so you can get up to 16.
Yeah, there's 8 and 8. Yeah.
So 8, so 5. Yeah, so you can get the 5. Oh, can you get it after 4? You may be able to get it after 4, because I think you only need 12
What do you get in the
hearts.
5th dungeon? What's the item?
The ladder?
You need the ladder to get the heart. That's what it is. Because
That's
there's that
right.
one heart on the money run where you go
Over
across.
to the right, yeah.
God, what is wrong with
But
me?
literally, like 2 hits and the boss is dead.
Yeah.
And when you fight
The thing where you blow
Goma,
the whistle?
I think it's like maybe 2 arrows kill him.
He can get frustrating because sometimes you shoot that arrow and it's like, oh.
It's got to be
and-
perfect. Yeah. Not the Dongo. What's that thing's name? Oh, it's driving me nuts. The sun thing.
That's what I'm saying, where you blow the whistle.
I can't think of his name.
I can't either. You blow the whistle and you hit him one time, right?
I think with the magical sword, I think it was 1 hit.
Yeah.
But then when you fight these guys, like in Dungeon 8, you fight you fight a couple of those. You fight I think
Gleeok.
a couple Gomas. Gleeok's just in the middle there.
Yeah.
And I feel like those versions of them are way tougher. But Ganon is like a pushover. Like, I used my red and blue. Like, I had to use 2 potions on my way through the 9th dungeon.
Yeah.
And I got to Ganon with like 6 hearts. I'm like, I'm going to do a save state just in case. And I think I got hit like once or twice, and then I beat him. And I'm like,
And you don't need the bait.
no, we just completely.
I don't know what we created that in our heads when we were kids. You got to have the bait, put it down, he'll eat it, then you stab him, and you hit him with a silver arrow. Like, where did we?
I have no idea. But I still, to this day, I need to follow a map on the 9th dungeon.
It's so well. Remember,
And I still barely, even with the potion, like even going the most straightforward way, I'm like, go right here, get
Yeah.
the red ring. Now I got to get to the thing, so I
Yeah.
got to warp here. Okay, now go fight Ganon. I still barely beat it, even knowing the exact route to take. I couldn't imagine just going into that blind.
do you remember what I did? It was like a year ago. Yeah, it was a year ago when I beat it. I beat the 8th dungeon. Forgot that the master key was in there. All I got was the book. Is that you also get the book in the 8th dungeon?
Yeah.
Beat the dungeon, didn't get the magical key, whatever you call it, the big key, whatever they call
I
it.
missed it the first time, and I had to go back in.
So
I knew
when
it
I
was
went
there.
I completely forgot about it because when I went in the 9th dungeon, I'm like, I keep running out of keys. What the hell is happening? And then I was finally like, oh my God, you idiot. Like, I think in my head, I was thinking it was in the 9th for some reason, but then I went back, got that, and I was like, oh, okay. Now it's not that bad, but
right.
yeah, there's some, oh my God. That the 9th dungeon, Death Mountain, is ridiculous.
And by far the worst enemy in the game, the stupid blue
The blue cats, as we call
the
them.
whiz
Oh.
robes. Those things just destroy me. The cats aren't terrible.
They're dark nuts. I don't know what they look like cats.
We
but they
call
are
them
dark
cats.
nuts, right?
We call the what do you call them thing? The pancakes.
Yes, likes.
Yeah, likes. They were the pancakes. There's another one that I saw. I was like, oh yeah, we used to call that blank, and I don't remember what it was. But I don't know. The game's awesome. I saw Zelda 2 on there, and I'm like, And so they have an SP thing for that, and you start with
At
full
Thunderbird,
health,
right?
full magic. No, you
Oh.
start the beginning, but you have full health, full magic, full attack. So you're fully leveled
Oh.
up. But I'm like, that's not the issue. This game, all the way up until the last level, is
not
not
that bad,
that
yeah.
hard. Like, it's really not. So just the fact that you're all leveled up in the beginning, I'm like, okay, well, now that part's even easier. I'm still not going to be able to beat the game. Like,
Yeah.
it's impossible. I would beat it with a bunch of save states, which I've done, but I don't know. It's no fun that way. I think that's really all I've been playing.
Never went back to Kingdom Hearts.
I haven't yet, no. I need to, though, because the longer... It's already getting hard. And the longer I stay away from it, the harder it's going to be to go back.
Yeah.
Like, part of me is almost just like, I'll just read what happens. It's not going to make sense to me anyway. It's not that much different than Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, I won't feel like I'm really cheating myself.
Right.
So I'm tempted to just buy 3 and just jump into it and just say screw 2. But what about you?
I was still doing God of War New Game Plus.
I did start that.
You did?
But I didn't get very far. I didn't even get to the stranger. I'm trying to think of where I got. I didn't get that very far, and then I think I had to quit for some reason, and I haven't gone back yet. But yeah, I did play a little God of War.
I got to the point where you get to the mountain, and then there's like that black smoke everywhere, and you can't get past it, and that's where I stopped. And I didn't go back just because I was out of town for 3 or 4 days, and I love it. It's just I got addicted to The Office again. I'm all the way up to season 8 now.
Yeah.
So I've been just marathoning it, and it's
so
freaking good. And even season 8 hasn't been horrible so far. I'm only
8
like
and 9
3
are not
episodes
terrible.
in.
It's not as good as Michael Scott's seasons, but it's as good as pretty much anything else that was on TV at the time. Like
I think the last one I watched, I think was the Nardog tattoo, where he does if you get 5,000 points, you can pull them together and I'll tattoo. And I guess Pam drew a baby coming out of his butthole, and he's like, "Whatever, I'll do it." And she's like, "No, here, I made some slight arrangements or slight changes." And
right,
it's
the Nardog.
He's like, oh, "It's a Nardog. That's me." Oh, I do like Andy. I didn't like him early.
He gets a little too much to handle by the end of it, but it's fine. I still enjoy it.
Josh Groban hasn't shown up yet. I forget when he comes through. If it's 8 or 9.
It's later on, and it's 8.
It is
because
8.
Robert California's still there.
Okay.
It's probably it's probably about midway through when you first see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kind of like in a holding pattern because E3 is just 2 weeks away, which is freaking insane. And then we got 2 games that I cannot wait to play coming out after that. We've got Bloodstained on the 18th, and then Mario Maker 2 on the 28th. I think it's the 28th. And I'm like, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Do you want to know why I'm so excited for Mario Maker 2, Sean?
Why?
Let's get to the news of the new day rocks. Let's get to the news of the week. This comes from IGN. Again, some of this is a little bit old now, but we haven't talked about it yet, and I want to talk about it. So they did a Nintendo Direct for Super Mario Maker 2, and both of us, I think we both had our fears assuaged, as Sean said. Super Mario Maker 2 will feature a brand new story mode and a co-op creation mode that will allow 2 players to build levels together. I cannot picture that, how that actually works. I mean, I know I saw it on the Direct, but I'm like, that ain't, I don't.
It doesn't seem like, unless you have the same
it's
exact
not a selling
creative
point
vision.
to me.
Yeah.
Revealed in a 15-minute Nintendo Direct, Super Mario Maker 2 will also feature online multiplayer with up to 4 players as Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Toadette. Players will be able to play alongside their friends in the multiplayer co-op mode, where all will work together, and when one player reaches the finish line, all will finish and beat the level. However, multiplayer versus mode will also be available and will pit 4 players against each other on randomly selected courses and will encourage players to get better as a versus rating will keep track of your wins and losses. Nearby play will allow up to 4 players who own a Switch and Mario Maker 2 to play local co-op. So you can't just do 2 players on one Mario Maker.
Yeah.
That sucks. One caveat is that the player who sets up the room will need an internet connection. It's so weird. The single-player story mode, which I'm all down, I'm so all in for this, will task Mario with rebuilding Princess Peach's castle, completing jobs, and mastering over 100 courses to earn coins to help in your rebuilding mission. Level creators will have many more tools at their disposal, including adding slopes, angry sun, snake block, on-off switch, the ability to set the water and or lava level of a stage, and so much more. For players who wish to add some scrolling to their levels, the custom scroll will allow creators to decide when and where to start a scroll, adjust its speed and trajectory, and even create vertical scroll sections. There will be more course themes as well, with desert, snow, forest, and sky being available for creators, and there will be even be new music by legendary Super Mario composer Koji Kondo. The moon will also be, this is so cool, the moon will also be added to the creation tools, and hitting it will destroy all enemies on screen, and in certain themes will add some surprises like floating Goombas and rotten mushrooms. Damn you to hell, Lost Levels. The Super Mario World 3D style will also be available for the first time and will feature certain things not available in other styles like clear pipes, warp boxes, crates, Koopa Troopa cars, track blocks, piranha creepers. I don't even know what a piranha creeper. Oh, that's those
one
things.
Yeah.
And the ability to become Cat, Mario, and climb up sections of courses. Course World is where players will be able to share their creations and where all can search using tags and filters to find specific levels and types of levels, and players will be able to download courses to play offline. One thing that's good about this, you can now search for like autoplay levels.
Yeah.
Which
I like
so you
that.
don't just load something up, think it's going to be a fun level, and then you're like, oh, son of a bitch, it's one of these things.
Right.
When players like your courses, you will earn maker points, and by completing various objectives, you will be able to customize your avatar's look. Endless Challenge will task players with completing as many Super Mario Maker 2 courses as they can before getting a game over. Of course, there will be a leaderboard to show the world how great you are. What do you think, Mario Maker 2?
I'm excited for it. Really, there's no new I guess features as far as level creation that are selling it for me. Sounds cool, but whatever. I'm more just in because of all the single player stuff they're adding. Like
100 courses.
that's awesome.
Yes.
Like that's a full. I mean, that's more than the full Mario game.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to like Mario 3, Mario World, whatever. I'm kind of just mainly in it for that. It'll be fun to create levels, but I never really get that crazy with any of the levels I've made, so I don't think there may be some new things that I'll play around with, but I can't wait. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think we'll have some fun Let's Plays out of it.
I agree. We will have to create levels for the other one to complete.
Yes.
I think it'll be so good. I like the moon wrinkle that if you make the stage night and you add the moon, instead of it being the angry sun, it actually helps you if you jump and touch it. Like people are going to create all kinds of where you've got like 17 Bowsers on one screen and you got to get to the moon and you got to hit it to have a chance to get through there and stuff. We did get a question from the audience. This comes from Dustin. Hey guys, what do you think and or hope the blank game style next to 3D World will be in Mario Maker 2? Personally, I want a Paper Mario or mixed Mario 64 theme. Thanks, Dustin. So if you see when on some of the screenshots they show like Mario 1, Mario 3, Mario World. What am I missing? Mario 3D World is here.
New Super Mario?
New Super Mario, thank you. And then there's a blank one next to it. I think they're definitely going to add one more theme to it, but it's almost like, what else is there? Like Dustin says, either Paper Mario. I think that makes a lot of sense.
That makes the most sense to me.
Mario
I can't
64,
think of any
I don't
other.
think.
No.
The only thing I can think of is a Game Boy theme, Mario Land 2. But that was like Mario Land was so, it's really just almost the same sprites as like 3, but they're huge on the screen.
Right.
So they
I don't
wouldn't
think
be
that
huge
really
on this
works.
screen. Yeah.
I could see them maybe making it to where it's basically just Mario 3, but black and white, green
and
whatever.
black, yeah.
I could see them doing something like that, but that's not really a new. It's just a skin at that point. I don't think it'll really. I don't know. What I want to see is Paper Mario.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
They could do Mario 2, I guess, but Mario 2 is such a weird game.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. To me, Paper Mario makes the most sense, and I can't really think of anything else it could be.
The only other thing I can think of is that a year from now they add something to it because they put out a new Super Mario side-scrolling game with a new art style that is not New Super Mario, it's not Mario World, it's none of that. Who knows?
Maybe.
I was also thinking maybe Yoshi's Island, but like with like the chalk paint kind of style. But again, I mean, you just had Baby Mario in that. I don't think you ever saw Big Mario in it, did you?
No, you just control Yoshi.
Yeah.
So that one also plays so weird. I don't know. Paper Mario is the only one I can see, and it would be like Paper Mario Wii, where it's like side scrolling. They have like a 3D effect where you can like turn the level.
Turns, yeah.
I don't think. I mean, maybe. God, that would be something if they incorporated that whole gameplay mechanic. Actually, geez, I don't think it'd be that. That would get complicated because now it's literally 3D. You're building this way, but then also this way.
Right.
I don't think they would do that, but I think they might incorporate the graphical style of it. That's the only one that makes sense to me. Or, like you said, maybe it's nothing yet, and it'll be added in the future.
Yeah. All I know is I hope at some point, and Jared Petty was tweeting about this a few weeks ago too, I just want a Zelda maker. A Zelda dungeon maker.
That would
be
be
so freaking cool, where you do
Yeah.
Zelda 1, you do Link to the Past, A Link Between Worlds, I guess, but I almost think they would skip Link Between Worlds and do the new Link's Awakening stuff, and then maybe like a Minish Cap or something that's like that 16-bit style, but the Game Boy Advance graphics, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or hell, I mean, now they've got 5 different ones Mario. Maybe they would do Link Between Worlds and Link Awakening and Minish Cap or something.
Maybe.
Like, oh my God, if you ever give me a Zelda Maker. Oh. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so excited for Mario Maker 2. I was kind of on the fence about it, and then I saw that and I was like, yep, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Next up, Sony and Microsoft are teaming up. This comes from IGN as well. Sony and Microsoft announced a partnership to focus on improving cloud gaming, AI solutions, and more. The two tech giants signed a memorandum of understanding that established both companies will explore, quote, joint development of future cloud solutions in Microsoft Azure to support their respective game and content streaming services. They will also explore the use of current Microsoft Azure data center-based solutions for Sony's game and content streaming services, noting that these efforts will include better development platforms for the content creator community. The partnership will also explore collaboration in the areas of semiconductors and AI. The companies intend to integrate Sony's image sensors with Microsoft's Azure. I hear people say this word wrong so many times that now I don't even remember how to say it. AI tech across cloud and edge, and leverage Sony's semiconductors and Microsoft's cloud technology. Quote, for many years, Microsoft has been a key business partner for us, though of course the two companies have also been competing in some areas, said President and CEO of Sony, Kenichiro Yoshida. I believe that our joint development of future cloud solutions will contribute greatly to the advancement of interactive content. Additionally, I hope that in the areas of semiconductors, I've never heard somebody talk about semiconductors so much as in this article, and AI, leveraging each company's cutting-edge technology in a mutually complementary way will lead to the creation of new value for society. Quote, Sony has always been a leader in both entertainment and technology, and the collaboration we announced today builds on this history of innovation, said Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. Our partnership brings the power of Azure and Azure AI to Sony to deliver new gaming and entertainment experiences for customers. While this partnership is certainly a positive step for both companies, it doesn't necessarily signal the two working together like Microsoft and Nintendo have on expanding Xbox Live and bringing Cuphead to the Switch. Last year, Microsoft announced its global game streaming service Project xCloud, which Xbox boss Phil Spencer has used to play Destiny 2 and Crackdown 3 while traveling. Sony has also invested in streaming, as a March PlayStation 4 update allowed users to stream their PS4 screen to iOS devices, and PlayStation Now has been Sony's cloud gaming subscription service since 2014. An update to this. Apparently, PlayStation employees did not know this was going to happen, and they were a bit aghast. Reports indicate PlayStation employees were unaware of Sony and Microsoft partnering to improve their cloud gaming services and were caught off guard by the announcement. Reported by Bloomberg, according to sources familiar with the matter, negotiations between Sony and Microsoft began last year and were led by Sony's senior management in Tokyo, mostly without the involvement of Sony's PlayStation branch. Managers reportedly had to calm PlayStation employees and, quote, assure them that plans for the company's next generation console were not affected. So this seems like, from what I've heard from people, this was a very, very high-level meeting. This was just like the highest of the highest saying, console wars be damned. Let's get together and let's just figure this out for the good of everybody.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I'm here for it. I like it.
Like, I'm past the whole, we joke around here about Xbox sucks and all that other stuff, but really, like, I want every system to be awesome. I want everybody to love whatever system they have. I want that system to get great games and to flourish because it makes everybody better. Just like going back to AEW, like, if you're a WWE fan, you should want AEW to succeed. Period. There's no other thing that I can think that you would think about the thing. Like, it makes no sense. But can you imagine if this was like 20 years ago and Sega and Nintendo, well, actually like 25 years ago, were like, we're going to partner on 32-bit chips for the next generation or something like that. It would have been like revolt in the streets, you know?
Yeah.
I do wonder. I'm glad to know that it's not going to affect the PS5. It's not like they're going to be like, okay, now everybody stop. Now we're going to do a cloud gaming PS5.
No, yeah, there's no chance. I don't know. I see no drawbacks to this. I think it's awesome.
It's great. It goes back to like we were so happy at the VGAs when everybody came out on stage together and stuff. Like,
yeah,
we're all in this together. Let's just stop the fanboying and all that other stuff.
Except for PC gamers.
Yeah, they suck. We love you guys. There was also a Sony investor meeting this week. A video was taken by, I forget his name, but he works for the Wall Street Journal, who showed load times for Spider-Man on a PS4 Pro. Now, this was not the fast travel thing.
Right.
But it was just loading into the game. It took 0.8 seconds on the PS5, which they're just calling the next generation PlayStation, and 8.1 seconds on the PS4 Pro. Like, you actually see it happen. It's freaking crazy. Then they also did a video of you flying around, like free camera flying around New York City, and the PS4 Pro starts to really stutter when you go fast because it's like, whoa, I need to load. Hold on. PS5, it's just boom, 100 miles an hour through New York City. There's no load times. There's nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
For what? The 5?
Just, yes, in general.
Also, Sony did confirm that the big first-party games are still coming to PS4. There was a slide showing The Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, and Ghost of Tsushima as part of the PS4. That's good. I think they're all going to... I mean, they're going to be playable on the PS5. We know that now. But
right.
And also, Sony is also exploring cross-gen play as part of this backwards compatibility. So essentially, like, if you get next year Black Ops 5, which there's all this drama around that, you get a PS5 and you get Black Ops 5 for some reason, and I still have a PS4 and I get Black Ops 5. They're going to work something to where you can actually play against each other across the generations. That's cool. It makes sense.
It's cool. It doesn't seem like it should be that hard to accomplish.
Right.
But, I mean, yeah, it's cool they're doing it.
I just love it. This is this reminds me of, do you remember all the lead up to the NX? And how every week we're like, there's this rumor, there's this rumor, there's this. Like, This is the most exciting time leading up to these next consoles when you're just like, I don't know, I can't wait. Like, I just want more and more and more. And it's just, it's awesome.
Fun to speculate.
Sean, have you heard of the Playdate?
I have.
Panic Incorporated, who is known for publishing Firewatch and the upcoming Untitled Goose Game, which is just the best thing ever, has announced Playdate, a bizarre yellow handheld system with a crank control and weekly game releases. Playdate uses a 2.7-inch 400 by 240 black and white screen, features a D-pad, 2 face buttons, and the aforementioned hand crank controls. And it will feature 12 brand new games and is set to be released sometime in 2020. The new games are being kept secret until they appear on the Playdate, but Panic revealed that creators Keita Takahashi, who did Katamari Damacy, Zach Gage, who did Spell Tower, I've never heard of that, Bennett Foddy, who did Quap, and Sean Inman, The Last Rocket, are among those who are making games for the device. Some of the games use the crank exclusively, while others don't use it at all. It can be tucked into the side of the device when not in use. One image shared by Panic showed the title screens for 4 games. Bennett Foddy presents Zipper, Crankin's Time Travel Adventure.
I wonder.
360 and Executive Golf DX. Panic also shared a GIF on Twitter demonstrating how the system works with Time Travel Adventure, where a wind-up man is late for a hot date. It needs to be cranked up to get there in time. However, players need to time his movements to get there safely. And if he's late, a wind-up woman suplexes him. The device will ship in early 2020 and will cost $150, with all 12 Season 1 games included at their initial cost. This is the weirdest thing. When I saw this thing with a crank, I was like, do you have to crank this
That's
thing?
what I thought. I thought maybe there's no there's a battery,
Right.
but like those flashlights where you can crank it. That's what I thought. I'm like, you got to crank it and then you can play for so long. But I think this is cool. I think $150 is ridiculous. This seems like it should be $50 tops. Like, how is this $150?
The price is ridiculous. I think maybe I could see as high as $79.99, but even that means you're basically charging double of what I think is the top of what this thing should go for.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like, I'm sure somebody will hack it and you'll be able to play Game Boy games on a really nice LCD screen or whatever, but there's no start and select. It's just D-pad, A and B, and a crank.
Right.
Maybe you
crank
crank
one
it
way for
forward
start.
I don't know. This thing is so weird. It's just like, I don't know, $150. I think people are going to buy this hoping it becomes like a collectible thing, hoping it'll be worth money someday. But I think most people are going to be like, this is just weird. I just had to include it here because it's just the most random thing ever.
I think it's cool. I like everything about it. I like the crank thing too. Like that's something you've never
literally
had in a video game before, other than like those handheld like Tiger Electronic like fishing game, like whatever. But like I like everything about it except the price.
Yeah, the price.
There's
is
no
asinine.
way that should be $150.
I feel like if you wait 2 months, some people will be selling this on eBay for $100, and even then, I still think it's too much. But
yeah.
NPD results are in for April. In terms of software, Mortal Kombat 11 was, of course, the best-selling game of April, followed by Days Gone, MLB The Show, Tom Clancy's Division 2, Super Smash Ultimate, GTA 5, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, NBA 2K19, and Yoshi's Crafted World. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the best-selling game of the year so far. Mortal Kombat jumped up to number 2 already. So I think they will overtake Kingdom Hearts after May is what I would guess. The Switch was again the best-selling console in April and also year-to-date. Also, the Switch in Japan has already outsold the PS4 in Japan. 2 years on the market, and they've sold more than the PS4 has.
Is the PS4 just not that big in Japan?
Because Japan is so much about handheld gaming. Because everybody's on trains and the commutes and all this other stuff.
That's insane.
Yep.
Good for them. I mean, I'm a Sony fanboy, but I'm a Nintendo fanboy also. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now the wrap up, Sean. Apparently, we are getting Modern Warfare 4 this year. However, it's going to be called Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Took a page out of your book.
I should have predicted it. I finally would have got one right.
You probably would have said, I think the new one will just be called The Call of Duty.
Like, people are freaking out.
I don't just shut up.
Who cares?
My God.
It's another Modern War. It might even, for all we know, it might be a reboot.
It might
so
be.
Therefore, it shouldn't be called Modern Warfare 4. Like, just shut up until we find out about the game. I think this week it might already be up as you're watching this or listening to this. But yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 is entering its final stages of development. They did some job postings that say, "quote Lots of awesome positions are open to help us close out this game." I still guess it's probably not coming out this year because it's already almost June. But
I would be shocked. Yeah.
You never know. We're getting a Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order gameplay reveal on June 9th, right before E3. I can't wait to see that. I hope it's as good as I think that it might be, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Just announced today, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is getting some post-launch DLC. Let's see. You will get speedrun and boss rush modes, an outfit called the Pure Miriam outfit, which will be added for free at launch. More freebies include modes called Boss Revenge, Roguelike, Classic, and Chaos, as well as 2 additional playable characters. Co-op and versus mode for both online and local play will be added later too. A premium DLC pack that will sell for $9.99 called Iga's Backpack is coming at launch. This lets players go head-to-head against Koji Igarashi himself, and if you manage to defeat him, you win a powerful sword whip weapon. So you combine a sword and a whip. I may have to pay the $10 for this.
That's pretty sweet.
I can't wait to play this game. I'm so excited for it. The Castlevania Anniversary Collection came out last week. They did say, Konami said that, again, Konami is actually kind of starting to turn things around with these Anniversary Collections. The Japanese versions of all the games will be added to the collection in a free update post-launch. The only thing that really intrigues me there is Castlevania 3, because Castlevania 3 on the Famicom, they had that extra chip, I forget what it was called, where the music is just like above and beyond what the NES could do. Like it's
Really?
Yes. If you go listen to Castlevania 3 Famicom, the beginning, and you'll be like, well, that's the same music, but holy crap, how did they do this on the NES? It's so cool. That's the only reason I care about it. But again, it's good on Konami for just people wanted this. Fine, we'll give it to you. Here you go.
Yeah. Keep it up.
Yeah. Stay tuned to E3 predictions. God of War has sold over 10 million copies. It joins The Last of Us Remastered, which that blows my mind that sold over 10 million as well. I figured people just played it on PS3. I mean, neither of us did. We both played it on PS4, but
Yeah, but that was
it's like $20
bundled.
mostly, yeah.
I mean,
That's also true. Good point. So it joins The Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, and Horizon Zero Dawn. It's 10 million copy sellers. Just for comparison's sakes, God of War 3, 7.6 million sold. Now, I think based on when I was looking at old numbers, and then they did I think that includes God of War 3 Remastered on PS4. I'm pretty sure. Because the last thing I saw was like God of War 3 was at 5.8 million or something like that. So they must have counted both together, which I think is fine.
That's fine.
Still, it's 3 million, at least 3 million short of God of War. And last but not least, we got 10 more games for the Genesis Mini, and I'm so glad I pre-ordered this thing. Mega Man The Wily Wars. Yes, please, thank you. Cannot wait to play that. Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. Ding. Ghouls and Ghosts. We should have put that on there, but we didn't. Alex Kidd, which we were saying this, we don't even think of that as a Genesis game.
Right.
I think of that as a Master System game. Like I knew it came out on there, but whatever. Beyond Oasis. Ding. Golden Axe 1. That surprises me.
Yeah, I would have thought it would be 3.
Fantasy Star 4.
I think we get a half a point for that.
I'll do a half a ding. Sonic Spinball. Ding. Vector Man. Ding. Wonder Boy and Monster World. That's one that I just completely forgot about. That does not surprise me at all that it's on there. But so far, out of if you want, go back and check our Genesis prediction special we did. Out of the 20 that they've revealed, we've gotten 10 right. So we're batting 500. If that's baseball, we're the best players that ever lived.
Yeah. I thought we would have done better.
I did too.
Well, 10.5 points.
Yeah, that's
10 and a
true.
half
10 and a
points.
half. And there's 10 more games to go. I would think we'll probably get them in about a month or so.
When does this come out?
September 19th, I think. I want to say.
Okay.
And they did Retrobit did announce that if you get any of their Genesis 6-button USB controllers, they will work with this thing. But so far, there's one game that needs it. It's one game I really want to play.
Right.
But there's only one game that needs it. I'm like, I'll probably end up getting one.
Yeah.
I still hold out hope that they'll be like, you know what? You guys can have the 6-button controller. That's it for the wrap-up. Sean, did you know that it's time for the Did You Know section of the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured.
Let's see here.
Let me clear my throat.
Okay. Sean, did you know that the original Grand Theft Auto was originally a racing game?
I did not.
Grand Theft Auto was originally a racing game called Race and Chase. Sounds a lot like
Lock and Chase.
However, a glitch made the police cars go crazy, ramming the player. This glitch was so popular among testers that they rebuilt the game from the ground up around this whatever and created Grand Theft Auto. So they didn't set out to make a game where you and the police hate each other and you're a criminal. All this. It was supposed to be a racing game, but there was cops they were going through the world and they'd be like, I'm going to kill you. And they're like, oh, this is a lot more fun than just racing. And
the rest is history.
Here we are. Of course, Grand Theft Auto back
million
then was,
game. Way more. Well, how much? What's 5 at now?
They haven't. Some people have said that they think they're at 100 million, but Rockstar hasn't said it yet. So I think they're. Last
They
thing
gotta be
we
over.
heard.
I mean, all of them.
Last thing we heard was 96 million.
Yeah.
Grand Theft
Combined,
Auto
they're probably
4
over.
sold 18
It's gotta,
or 20.
That's it.
But still, that's
I mean, it's still a lot.
Yeah.
But I would have thought total they'd be above 200 million. But I don't know. All 3 and Vice City and San Andreas probably sold a lot.
Yeah.
They're probably over 200 million total.
Yeah.
That's insane. All because of a glitch.
Now let's just get Red Dead. Just go away now.
Yep.
Give us GTA 6 on my PS5. I can't wait. That's been it for episode 137. Thank you guys so much for being here. Episode 138 is one of my favorite podcasts of the year, even though it's going to be a little bit different this year. But it's our E3 predictions. We always say predictions. It's more like our hopes and dreams for E3. But that's what's coming up next week, so stay tuned for that. I can't wait. I just love E3, even though Sony's not there. By the time it comes here, I'm just going to be so hyped. I can't wait. Obviously, you can find us on nerd901.com, so go over there for everything that we are doing, and Ernie and Nick and Adam and everybody else over there in Melody. Everybody, just go check them out. They're doing fantastic work over there. Obviously, you can find us on Twitter. I'm at KevinWhite24. He's at Real Sean White. Together, we're at 2player_co-op. We have a Twitch page. We haven't twitched in a while, but go over there and follow us at twitch.tv/2player_co-op. If you are listening on audio services around the globe, make sure you go over to youtube.com/2playercoop. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on the video, and hit that little bell so you get a ding every time we post a video. Even if you only listen to us on audio, seriously, go over there and hit subscribe. It means a lot to us. Thank you. If you do like audio, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, and other audio services around the multiverse. I say around the globe earlier, and then I come back to the multi. I gotta get
Let's stick with the multiverse.
Right. I like the multiverse. And we have a Facebook page that we never update. I'm not even going to tell you about it. So if you find it, some of you keep finding it. and Facebook's like, people haven't heard from you in a while. I'm like, I know. I don't plan on them ever hearing from us because there's no point. But yeah, this has been a fun episode. Hate that we missed last week. Thank you guys for coming back for 137. I hope you enjoyed it. You will enjoy 138 because it's like Christmas for nerds. But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.